Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I said the good Lord made me what I am, and I play this game for keeps. Gotta use what I have to get what I want. All the dream I got is his dream.
Alright, this is my first one of these, so I'm sorry if I kind of horribly bomb it because it's really awkward talking to a picture of my own face but not actually looking at my face because the camera is up here in this general region. So it's kind of tripping me out because I got a green light thing over here, I've got music going in the background. It's like an ADD child's nightmare or dream come true depending on what you're looking at. Let's see, I'm sorry for this see? Camera problem, that right there. It's benefits of kind of being me. I did actually wake up this amazingly good looking. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Attention span, it's a good thing. So first of all, one of the things that's been kind of on my mind the last week here, it's something that I've come up, an issue that's really come up for me with several different clients, honestly, is the idea of motivation and being able to set goals and how important that's going to be towards actually accomplishing something. And this, it applies to workouts, it applies to exercise, and that's kind of the vehicle that I want to take to explain it to you. But it goes everywhere. It has to do with everything that you do in life. And one of the things that I've learned, in my whopping 24 years of experience is how important it is to actually have a goal that is big and that is enormous and that actually shapes your thinking and how you approach life. And one of the things that I have come across this week is a lot of clients, both mine and through another place that I'm working, that are really, really struggling with this idea of staying motivated for something positive rather than running away from pain. Now, this comes into play with exercise a lot of times because when people first decide to get in shape, a lot of times their big reason is they don't want to be fat and disgusting, honestly. And they're running away from the pain associated with that. The humiliation, the frustration of not being able to fit into clothes. And those are all very painful, very frustrating things, and they just are running away from that. And what I've run into about three or four times this week with people is they're kind of just slightly outside of that range of being fat and disgusting. And I don't use that as me judging. This is their words. They said, I'm no longer gross. And what's kind of happening is they're hitting a wall with their weight loss or with their training program, and they're finding a really, really hard time wanting to keep going, wanting to actually accomplish the goal they set out for in the beginning. And so one thing that I wanted to talk about is this difference between positive and negative motivation. Now, negative motivation is exactly that. I'm fat and gross and I don't want to be fat and gross anymore, so I'm going to run away from that pain. Or, facing these things from my childhood or facing the stress from my job, facing the stress from my family, that's pain and I'm going to run away from that. And that's negative motivation, and it works to some degree, and it works really well in that very unhealthy kind of obsessive kind of way. And this is something that I've had to recognize about myself too, because I'm kind of a chronic overachiever, and a lot of that is driven by pain and driven by guilt, and so that's something that I'm still having to work through myself. The other side of motivation is more positive motivation, and that's what happens when we have a goal that we're focusing on. And that's what I've found is a lot more enduring, a lot healthier way to go about a goal as well. And so, there we go, that's better. Now I can actually look at my own eyeballs. And what I've found is that working towards something, it lasts a lot longer. And it gives you the power to actually shape and focus the rest of your life. Take bodybuilding, for example. Right up in the back there, I think we have Phil Heath and Tony Freeman and Arnold. It's awesome. It's why my gym is better than everybody else's. Sledge Athletic Solutions, shout out to them. That's where I'm at right now. I'm in the hallway, or kind of in the corner, so I'm kind of hoping that nobody walks in the door there and sees me talking to my computer. It's awesome. Anyways, bodybuilding. It's one of those sports, it's probably the only sport that actually has to take over your entire lifestyle to some degree, because every day that you're alive, you still have to manage a job, you still have to balance relationships, but at the same time, that happens in the context of good diet, good nutrition, your workouts, things like that have to become non-negotiables for you. And they're non-negotiables because they're attached to that goal that's so much bigger than the moment. And what that really helps to do is it helps to put everything into context for you. Here's this goal that's really, really important to me. And here's this temporary temptation or distraction that's going on in my life. And when you have those two things, it's a lot easier to say, you know what, this is more important. This I can put off for now. Delayed gratification. And that's kind of the talks that I've had to have with a few people this last week. And it's very, very difficult, honestly. And it's very, it can be awesome and motivational, but it's actually really draining for me. Because I'm in a position where I get to see these people that I get to meet them and they just say, I want to accomplish this, and that's awesome. And then along the way, we're having to work, through the details of that. And then we're hitting these roadblocks where you just kind of see that drop off. And this is one of the reasons that I think, us in the fitness industry and personal trainers especially have this really, really unique ability to get into people's lives and actually touch their lives and change their lives by helping them to kind of make these type of broad realizations that change you for the rest of your life. That having that one actualization where you sit down and say, wow, this may be painful, but I'm going to turn that pain into a positive, or I'm going to turn that bad history into something positive. It's very, very powerful. And so it's one of the reasons I really, really enjoy what I do. And it's just been something that's been kind of on my mind this last week because I don't take those things as coincidences. When I have 3 and 4 people dealing with the same issue and something that I've, been working through myself, it's kind of a light bulb to me. It says, hey, you know what, this has some significance. So it's just something that I want to share with you. Hopefully this went okay. Hopefully you were able to get something out of this little bit of tidbit here. But if you have any questions, definitely feel free to comment on the bottom there, like the eye flare. It's good. It's my creeper face. Definitely drop some comments. I would love to get your feedback on this issue. And I'm going to get ready for boot camp. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you. I'm out.
I said the good Lord made